fucking bong.
All right. Hey everybody. I'm Raquel. We have the Call Me Nobody, Fedora Horrible, Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, Chef Nation, and Lindsay the Sudoku Geek.
Okay, I'm good.
Hello.
Everybody, and the nobodies. Never forget the nobodies, because the nobodies carry all the power, baby.
Hey Adam.
Hey,
Choking on my own spit. What is this? 6,000?
Here.
Yeah, I ain't staying there. Somebody's gonna have to pay me to stay at that Disneyland hotel for $6,000 for 2 days.
What the fuck? $6,000? Is that
For
for
2
a
days?
Mr. Wiener
For
Man.
two, so that's $3,000.
It's not only
a night.
$6,000, but have you seen this cheap piece of shit from their videos?
Oh yeah,
It's
I
garbage.
posted. Look at my Twitter, Lindsay. I posted the intro video. It's so stupid. She's like clicking on her iPhone, like watch me tap my iPhone.
Hey Doc.
It's so
Monster.
stupid. It's so stupid.
Seriously, your average 6-year-old kid is gonna go, "Oh, wow, fuck off."
You don't even get a
And walk away.
lightsaber at the end of your stay, dude.
You don't even
Okay.
get a reach around.
That's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm
Wow.
going to do that, you don't even get your own lightsaber. So go fuck yourself.
I rather go to the
Nah, I'm not
Universal
yeah.
Studios
Fuck that
and
shit.
and go to the Harry Potter section because you can get your own wand.
Look, for
Exactly,
$6
right?
grand,
Yeah.
it'll be a real fucking functioning lightsaber that I can cut motherfuckers in half
Exactly.
with.
It's like for $6 grand, I want that bad
Hey,
boy to function.
listen,
I want a real
You guys
one.
want to talk about some magic and the Force and shit? I'll sell you a 1948 Parker Brothers Ouija board,
Oh shit!
all complete, and
Ouija
it works.
No,
No
he said
shit.
it works.
Ouija board.
He said it works.
And
No.
you will have a great deal of keep to all that plastic junk.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
How's everyone's how's everyone doing today? I'm doing good. How are you? Empty bladders are underrated.
Dude, it's so true.
It's true too.
It's so true. How am I
Hello,
doing?
number one.
How am I doing? Let's see. I didn't kill anybody today at work. So
There's always tomorrow.
So
I know, and I got
Some
new
disease-
knives, so that you know.
Yeah, those are really good looking
That's what I'm
knives.
saying. So in case you get a message going, hey, I need like the best lawyer, like Johnny Cochran. You know what
I have a
happens.
hell of a lawyer.
Some
I have-
Disney resorts
My
are worth
lawyer
it,
has
but
two
not
things
that one.
going for her. She's
He's
a
on
female
she's on
and
retainer,
she's
right?
Jewish. And
Oh, good.
Oh,
she
there you
never
go.
loses.
She's on
Like,
retainer,
seriously.
right?
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah. I've got
Just
a
saying.
$10,000. She's got a $10,000 bond from me.
Oh, oh, wow. Oh, nice. She's
Last year, I don't want to get too deep into this, but a member of my family got into a little incident with a DUI and asked me, please, can you help? I'm like, yeah, all right. So I called my lawyer up, and she went in, and he walked.
That's
He
what
got
I'm
his
saying.
license back. Everything was done. She never loses, ever.
That's what's up. I like her. I like her already. Don't know her, but hey.
Yeah, right. Hey.
That's what I'm saying. Just in case I need a lawyer. I mean, I
Right.
do have a lawyer. I mean, I got a family lawyer, but they don't need to know my shit.
Yeah, I don't mean to sound horrible here, but the truth is since I retained her years ago, I've never gone to prison again.
See what I'm saying? Dude, Disney Cruise Lines have stops off at Epstein Island. Oh, the prosecution rested in that case today.
I
saw that. In the Epstein and what?
Oh, she's gonna get a slap on the wrist. I have no doubt about it. They redacted most of the fucking pilot list. So
Right.
in the new Sex in the City shows Under Fire, which I'm totally on it. I'm
Hey.
totally on board. Fuck Peloton. You know, they tried to say that Peloton killed Mr. Big. No, he had a heart condition.
It was Alec Baldwin.
He was on the Peloton working his ass off. He had a heart attack. Carrie goes in. Bitch should have called 911.
Right.
No. What does she do? She holds him and lets him die. I was pissed. I was pissed. I was like, you're telling me I waited 17 motherfucking years. I watched Sex in the City the whole fucking time, from the time it began all the way to the end, even movies included. You're telling me I waited this long to watch this shit happen? Go fuck yourself.
Right.
I was
Oh my
pissed.
god. So it's like I'm mutuals with Mike Harlow on Twitter, and he's like
Yes.
a diehard Sex in the City fan, and he was shitting on this movie. Like,
mean, I was
hardcore.
pissed. I was
funny.
excited. I was like, cool, we're bringing it back. Great. Let's see them all. You know, they're older, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Life is moving. Great. We get to the end, and I'm like, okay, you've got Charlotte's daughter playing the piano. This particular daughter is bad luck. Something bad is going to happen. And they keep flashing between her and I'm like, oh my God. Don't you fucking do this. Don't you fucking do this. I'm legit trying to second guess it in my head. I'm like, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Nope. We gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him. All in one episode. And then we have the funeral in the next one, and I'm just like, I can't. Like, I started crying the next episode because there was some shit that went on in that episode that just I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. And then there were flowers on the grave, and there was like from Samantha. I was like, fuck. Started crying, and then they started playing one of Big's favorite songs. And I was just like, I just started crying like a bitch. I was like, oh my God, I can't. I can't. They got me. They got me good on that one. I was sitting there, I had to pause it. My mom called. She's like, are you okay? I was like, no.
Wait, you fell for the Project Mockingbird program?
I did, bro. It got me good, dude. They were playing a good song, dude. It was one of those where you're just like, oh man, this is a good song.
Oh, that's okay. Look, just to throw some humility on the table, I can't watch the movie The Fountain without crying.
Oh, bro, The Fountain, dude. You might as well just give me a box of tissues and call it a day.
Yeah. That movie breaks my heart every time I watch it.
I'm fucking done with that movie.
All right, let me catch up with the live chat. I'm doing good. Just got done with Brodan's recent cartoon stream about his favorite superhero cartoons. Awesome. Cool. Disney Cruise Lines have stopped off at Epstein's Island. Pizza parties ensued. You like to join in? Okay. By the way, why there are two DLs in the back in the
I
panel?
just sent him a
I don't
link.
know.
He should
Oh,
be
is that Dr.
all
Corbin?
right.
Yeah, Dr. Corbin's good people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are
Dr.
you
Corbin
serious?
is good people.
Put it this way, he says
I know Corbin's
than
big
I
time
do.
a Nazi
Corbin's good
and a
people.
piece of shit, but that's all right.
Your device
Well,
is not connected, so I can't add you in.
Wow,
No, he's way less.
Peloton
offensive
lost
than I am.
11% of their
Yeah,
stock
Corbin's
after
good
that
people.
episode premiered. And mind you, this just dropped yesterday. The new Sex of the City thing, and just like that, just started yesterday. So that shows you how quick Peloton just lost their stock.
Hey, Carol's Cookies.
Yeah, everybody's starting to get hip to the fact that I'm like, look, what you got is your Jade 2 military AI that's basically been adapted and expanded by like Google and a couple other enterprises that have basically put it to a point where most of what you're seeing on the media and stuff like that is literally fucking generated by an artificial intelligence. Like most of our news, our media, everything. It's so crazy. Like if people understood how automated most of our world is right now through like limited AI. And I'm like,
Oh,
this
it's fed.
is still
It's about to get worse. Have you seen
Oh, yeah,
Elon
man.
Musk's new fucking robot?
yeah.
It weighs around 200 pounds and it can replace a human being for boring tasks.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's trying to get it in kitchen
It'll
first.
cook you meals. It will
Yeah, he wants to
fucking
try. He wants to do
stuff
test
you,
runs in
fuck
kitchens
you,
over
cook
my
your
fucking dead
meals,
body, dude.
everything.
Over my dead body. I will not be
Hey.
replaced by an AI.
Hey,
No.
Hey,
Shay.
look though. I gotta say, I'm
No.
yeah,
I will not be replaced by an AI.
dealing with most Western women. I'm like, oh fuck, the robo waifu does seem like a
No
really good
machine.
idea, but
No
at the same
machine.
time, no.
No machine can cook and have the spices and have the, the idea.
Exactly. They don't have
behind
a palate.
It'll never
Right.
happen. It will not work.
I would rather
might-
fix.
okay,
I would
listen,
rather fix
Chef,
the mistakes that are going on between.
You
men
might
and
have
women
one
right now
beside
than
you
deal with a
slicing
robot
carrots so
waifu.
you don't have to.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
mean, you could do my
It'll be
prep work,
chopping
no
shit up
problem.
while-
Yeah.
Totally do my prep work, no problem. But
But it isn't
making
going
like
to know.
dishes,
It isn't
like
going
making
to know
actual
the
dishes,
finesse
no.
and right.
It's gonna break a.
The finesse
gonna break
and
a plate
the actual,
plating.
the
No.
flavor and whatnot.
It's
It'll
gonna
never
break so many
understand that.
plates.
No.
Because they never learned from fucking Blade Runner, right?
No,
Right.
here's the thing.
Or the Terminator.
Here's
Another
what
one
you
is
did.
the AI.
Here's what you guys are missing, though. If you buy those machines, right, and you have those recipes that are really dank and everything, you can program that AI to recreate your recipes 24/7 without a break or anything, and charge a restaurant a fee for that.
That is true.
Like, this is what most people don't understand. We're moving into fuck, was that Bruce Willis movie a few years back that where they had
Unbreakable?
like they had like avatars. Everybody was basically
In an
hooked
avatar.
into-
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hooked into like a VR system, and
Yep.
everybody was basically controlling. Like, there was that one big fat dude that was like this super hot
Whoa.
chick that was going around and
What are
fucking
we
a
not
bunch of
right
people.
here but a bunch of fucking avatars? There's only a couple of us showing our faces.
That's not
Right.
Like, really?
Well, that's because we all know what Fed looks like.
True.
Wait.
Mhm.
Let me connect to my camera and you all can see.
Notice
my
the
face.
Oh shit, we're gonna have a
magnificent beard.
fedorable, horrible reveal
Get
again.
on your knees before
Hey,
the
man,
beard.
I've known
Yeah.
Fed for so long, back in the Bonnie days, hanging out. This motherfucker be out smoking. Fucking, we'd be up till 5, 6 in the morning, all of us just hanging out, shooting the shit, having fun.
That
God
is
damn.
true.
You know?
Yeah, before YouTube got all fucking
All
Bitchy.
uppity.
fucking
Before
they got
attentive
uptight.
about anything.
But Fed, man, back in the day, bro, you, me, DJ D, Mr. Peabody, fucking on Bonnie's channel and shit late nights, and then just all that shit though, bro, right? Like, we all would just all get together and hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then YouTube said, "Hey, I'm
No
gonna-
fun
I'm gonna-
allowed, you cunt.
no fun."
Yeah.
Well, part of it is, and I do apologize to a lot of people. That's why I kind of keep my distance from everybody, is because of my early past. I was groomed to be part of, I don't know, this fucked up system that's ruling in the world right now. And I rejected it early on. I paid dearly for it. I don't regret it at all. Because
Go with nerds.
I look at them and I go, fuck you. All the things that you tried tempting with, all the things that you put before me, all this bullshit and everything else. But you know what? The one thing you do not have any hold on, no control over anything, is whatever this is, this soul or anything else. Like, you will never own that. You will never have hold on that. You will never have influence on that. Like, if I die alone in the desert, starving and thirsty as fuck and everything else, I will go to my grave happily knowing that you do not own this.
Right.
Well, I think some of us were brought up to be suppressed by the system, and I don't mean that in any kind of like critical race theory or anything like that. It's just that we were brought up to be suppressed, and we're always going to have these little chinky little jobs and do these things, and thankfully, a lot of us have brains, and we use those very wisely, and sometimes maybe unwisely, but there's a chance, and that's been the thing that has always leveraged all of us that have come from common backgrounds, is that we have brains. We can do
50-50 on that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, not exceptional by any means, but for me, but that's kind of the weird thing about having, almost 400 million people living here in this country now. God, my goodness. All right. I'm done. Thank you, Raquel, for having me. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're trying to do some homework, but failing at it miserably.
Homework sucks.
Fuck
Yeah,
homework,
no
man.
fun.
Fuck homework. Yeah.
Is everyone looking forward to Christmas this year?
I am.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I am, only because what I'm doing on Christmas, that's the only reason why I'm excited.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Something I'm super excited about is the fact that so many people, they're pulling away from organized religion, they're pulling away from the bullshit and everything. People are getting back to faith.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that on a massive scale globally. And that's something I'm very thankful for, because I'm like, this is what unites us, is the fact that we all believe
I've
in
said this
something
before,
greater than us.
You are responsible for me rediscovering God. In our conversations over the last few months, you made me rediscover the Creator. And
My grandfather would actually probably be very proud of me for that. My grandfather was a lay preacher.
Oh yeah, well,
my
I consider myself.
My grandfather was also a preacher in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He was an extremely important man in that church. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say too much because it would give away too much.
Well, I mean, I've always considered myself to be agnostic. Like I do believe that there is some sort of supreme being,
Lindsay,
that. Yeah.
Through my teens and the early part of my life, I rejected religion and I went full science. Okay, if you couldn't prove it to me, I didn't give a shit. But what I've recently found out is what Fed was talking about. It's about faith.
Well, there's just certain things. The reason why I consider myself agnostic is that I believe that there's certain types of phenomenon that cannot be explained by science.
That's
and
right.
If it can't be explained by science, then what is it?
We've all had our moments, have we not?
And let me tell you this isn't some, I've been, godly and all this shit from the start. No, I'm still figuring this shit out myself.
Yeah.
But I feel it. I know it. I'm hearing things and having intuitions about stuff, reminding me right from wrong.
Yeah.
Reminding me on what is true and what is false, what is going to lead me down the path of temptation and ultimately damnation, compared to having just a nice, peaceful, quiet life.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Like personally, that's all I've ever wanted. I was like, I just wanted to be a dad, a good
Just
husband,
leave me alone.
kind
And
of,
don't harm any of my
do my
friends
own
and my
thing.
family, and we'll all be good.
Instead, I've been taking down some roads and I'm like, okay, I realize I can cope with this shit. I can understand it. I can deal with this. Most people I know, like, they're not warriors like this. This would break them if they knew this shit.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
it's like they're
I do not hold that against them. I'm like, thank God there are people out there
Wow.
that
Listen,
like
Fed,
the shit that
history
I've
has
been exposed
shown
to in
us.
my lifetime. Thank God there are people out there that like would never think like this,
History
would
has
never act
shown
like
us
this, that would never
that
accept a
men and
reality
women,
that it
when
even
exposed to
accepted it, a
horror,
part of any
will
of it.
rise up. Look at Boudica. Boudica, her husband murdered and herself raped, and then she rose up an army and fucked the Romans up bad, man, real bad. Look into this.
hell hath no fury
speaking
like a woman
of-
scorned.
Hey, little
Mhm.
side note, did you hear the recent, was it the critical race bullshit or anything? They were trying to say that the Romans were not actually white, they were black.
I
Yeah,
think
I've
that,
seen that.
a couple of them were mercenaries. Yeah, they were paid.
I was
They
like,
got paid well.
They're trying to say we was Vikings and shit. Like, fuck off.
Hey, the Romans, subjugated, various races or various people all through North Africa, Hispania, or
Yes,
the
they
time
did.
they
That is a fact.
and they paid them a lot of money to go fight for them. That was a very
I
rich
need
thing for them. And the
right.
denarius, which was the silver coin, was a very, very important feature of Roman economy. And after time, it became less silver and less silver, and so everybody got upset because there's not much silver in the denarius, and they paid the military with that money. The commoners, the plebes, did
You know
not
what?
get money.
I'm a coin collector, and I bought a couple of denarii, and you'd be shocked. They're not worth fuck all. They're cheap like borscht because there's millions of the damn things around. They're not expensive. You can buy one yourself.
That's
I have
true.
2 solid silver.
Yeah, but here's one thing about silver that most people don't realize. Same thing with gold. When this global fiat bullshit collapses, and that's years off, if even that. When that happens, people are going to see how devaluated things were, how many short sales were done on so many different fucking things, and realize that those basic commodities that every civilization has lived or died by is no more important today than it was then.
Well, we
Which
talked.
means when those fiat currencies collapse, gold, silver, and I hate to say it, but like Bitcoin, even though it's controlled by a bunch of pedophiles and the CIA and shit right now.
Hey, man, I'm going to say something you're not going to like to hear. None of you are going to like to hear this, but it's the truth. When you've got hordes of food, you got your bunker, you got a bunch of gold and silver all saved up, anyone with more firepower than you is going to show up and take it.
Yep.
Grow up. The real currency is going to be bullets.
yeah.
See, nobody. You'll understand me when I say this. On-site procurement. Beautiful fucking concept. Lived by it most of my life. I'm like, I don't need to have the best gun or anything else. All I need to do is take out the motherfucker that has the best gun or whatever, and then I have that best gun or whatever, and all the ammo that comes with it. And all I need is a basic, simple. All I needed is what I have. which is what I've trained with most of my life, which means you're absolutely fucked because quick draw action, I'll fuck your shit up quick, is a 38 police
No.
special
Better yet,
and a 30
you
odd
sit there
6
and wait
Springfield rifle.
carefully. You wait hours and hours and hours. Sooner or later, the target walks out. Whap!
Yeah, that's what the
That's how you do it.
Springfield 30 odd 6 is for. If I gotta get close up and personal or whatever, I got a fucking old Smith & Wesson 38 police special. You can drop it in the mud. It can survive fires, anything else. Like, it doesn't matter what that fucking gun goes through. You put a bullet in it, you pull the trigger, it's going to fire. And that
Wait,
right there is the best
according to
gun you
Alec
can ever
Baldwin,
own.
Alec Baldwin didn't happen with Alec Baldwin. He pulled the hammer back.
Alec Baldwin.
Should I pull the hammer back and the gun went off?
Dude, Alec Baldwin's a lying piece of
That was
shit.
a Colt single action. There's three
I pulled the
clips
trigger.
to the hammer.
Right.
There's
So
no
when
way
you
in
pull the
hell
trigger.
it went off without him pulling the trigger.
Look,
They know
I
that.
spent 17 months working at the Bonnie Springs Ranch out in Las Vegas, right on Red Rock Canyon area. 17 months. I was a stuntman who used a fucking 38 special. It was basically a single action Colt revolver, but in 38 caliber. Same fucking gun, just different caliber. And let me tell you, that motherfucker never went off by itself and never by accident.
Oh my god!
And that was with blanks.
I'm
Eight-
just, I
17
just love how he just explained that, and I'm like, dude,
Well,
that's
there's
not how that's not how that happens.
well, there's quite a number of people, handgun aficionados that know about Ubertis and the what is it? It was an Uberti in 1873 Cattleman.
I
You know,
think so.
replica. They're all made the same, but the thing is, they're made with modern materials. But they still use the same hammer blocks. They still use the same rotation for the cylinder. And
It's a
they're no
beautiful
different.
firearm
Oh, yeah.
because the only reason the
They're-
only way that thing goes off is if you pull the trigger and intend it to go off.
In a full cocked position. So you have the first cock, which hits the cylinder, has to rotate the cylinder. Then you have the half cock, which locks that whole mechanism. You cannot fire that. It cannot be. You can hit it with a hammer and it won't fire off. And then the last cock, which is full cock, because that's a required impact that's fires the primer. And everybody knows that trigger is 23 ounces, less than 2 pounds to fire that pistol.
Thank you. He's right, know. You could
That's why
not do this without pulling the trigger.
It's like, look, Alec Baldwin, he would have had a much better response if he was like, look, we just went through this really stressful thing with the crew and everything. Not everybody was on their A game and mistakes were made and shit happened. That could be
I want to bring this
understood.
up.
That's a
I
fair
want to
response.
throw this
though.
out there.
Yeah, he's like,
This
I
was-
don't have any
this was
remorse,
not-
no guilt,
This gun was not.
no fucks given.
This gun was not a
Right.
replica.
It was made.
It
was modern.
really was an antique Colt that they
Right.
were using.
It's a real fucking
And they had
firearm.
taken it out and played with it and such. Now, those antique Colts, the gunfighters used to file the hammers so that the damn things would go off quicker.
Yeah.
Right? And if this really was an antique, the big question is, why was there a live round in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Thing is that most people have modern experience with striker fired or even hammer fired weapons, and if you rack the weapon with the trigger pulled, it will not fire. It will not.
Dude,
And why
That
did
is
you check it?
striker fired and
ev-
hammer fired weapons today. But with an old model Colt 1873 Cattleman, if you have that trigger pull back and you pull that trigger or the hammer all the way back, it will fire. It will release.
every armorer I've known over the past 25 years of growing up around fucking Hollywood and everything, every single one of them have said the same thing. They were like, there are so many fucking violations of protocol that happen for that to even become a situation.
Yeah.
Like even George Clooney went on air on international fucking
George
publication.
Clooney was talking some shit.
But George Clooney was saying the same thing. He goes, anytime you're handed a firearm, the first thing you do is you open the chamber to
He
see
said
if
even
there's
if
a
they
live
said it's a
round.
cold gun, you check it no matter what. He's like, I check
And
it.
you
He's like,
show it to everybody who is
Mhm.
standing there on set.
yep, especially if you're doing a scene where somebody you have to point the gun at to
That
make
is
sure they feel
protocol.
safe going, hey, it's a cold gun. See, look, hey.
Dude, that is safety protocol 101. I know enough stuntmen and everything else who have worked with firearms, know people who worked on fucking Matrix, all these goddamn things, Transformers, all this sort of shit. And they've all said the same thing. They're like, anytime a weapon is handed to you on set, the first thing you do is open the chamber and make sure there's no
Yep.
fucking live round.
Yep.
Difference between being on set and being in real life. And you're taught gun safety. That's what the NRA was for in the very beginning, was about teaching people gun safety.
Over
That's not
my
even
cold
NRA.
dead
That's
hands.
union. That's
Wait.
union rules, dude. That's
us
like
rules.
basic
That's our
set
life
protocols.
rules. We do that every day. If
Well,
we
it's like you go to the shooting range. I've been to the shooting range, and they always check their guns. You know,
I'm
just to
like,
make sure. Like,
anybody hands me a gun, the first thing I'm gonna do is drop the mag and open the chamber.
mhm.
Well, they have to present me to me. They have to present me, say it's unloaded.
That's just
I
me.
go fine, and I go, I'll check it again. We check it. That's
Yep.
the double check.
It's so
like,
important to
don't
do
fuck
that.
around.
I call
Yeah,
it
like
discount double
me,
check.
I'm not
life.
worried about film set stuff. I'm more worried. Like the only thing I am like, drop the clip, open the chamber, so you can see what the fuck you're dealing with.
What
Yeah.
happened, Brendan? You
Yeah.
on the Crow?
Like,
Yep.
do I got hollow
Yeah.
points? Do I got
Now, that was a
armor
weird
piercing?
situation.
Like,
That was a
what
weird
am I
freak
dealing with?
accident. Yeah, what happened to
Mhm.
Brandon
Yeah.
Lee on the Crow? Yeah, that was a weird freak accident.
Same
fucked
thing
up.
happened there.
Well, the primer was too strong in the original fire, and it pushed
Yep.
the
Yeah.
bullet forward into the barrel, and it wasn't checked. And then when they
Well,
put
it was the older style.
it was a Magnum 40.
blanks that had the. I think it was like a quad couple that clipped over the top, and when it fucking fired off one of those couples, usually they just kind of disintegrate and fucking fly off to the side. But that one actually pierced. What was it? The aorta in his stomach
Yeah,
or whatever.
it
and
hit his
fucking
aorta.
went out.
Jesus.
Like
And
that was
even
like
now-
it was a that was like a fucked up situation.
But even he said, well, he didn't mention Brandon Lee, but he said, well, after me, everything's changed. Well, why were you special? We're supposed to remember Brandon Lee and other people
Right.
that have been injured with
Yeah.
guns since then on the set.
I'm like personally, I've been around enough actors and everything in my life to realize most of them are a bunch of narcissistic pricks who are like sociopaths in their nature. So like, don't ever hand them any sort of live firearm. There's like a few here and there that actually have gone through safety courses and are very conscious about things, but the majority of them are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, I think so. Most people
I'm
don't
sorry.
even understand how guns
Most of the people on the planet right now, if the past couple years has not fucking nailed this in everybody's mind, the majority of people on the planet right now are fucking potatoes. They're morons. They're very easily manipulated.
Sheep.
They do not think for themselves. They're meh. Yeah, exactly. Sheep. Like
Sheep
they
being
are
led to the
livestock
slaughter.
being led to slaughter.
Not good.
Well, I'm not sure if it's they're all sheep. I think that they're just don't have the conduits that like we have, like what we do here. We've done before for years now. For the last 3-4 years, we've done this, and we talk and we we discuss things, and
They don't have the desire for it. They don't want to know the
yeah,
truth.
you're right.
They're happy living a
No.
comfortable lie.
Happiness and slavery is what
Exactly.
Aldous Huxley warned about.
Exactly. Perfectly put.
Yeah. I mean, Brave New World is one of my all-time favorite books, and
No,
people
You're,
say
you're literally
Hey,
talking about
you guys
people
hear where
who
1984
were
is being rewritten as a from a feminist narrative?
like, to me, the
Uh-huh.
world in
Yeah, I
Brave
heard
New
that.
World is more terrifying, because at least in 1984, you know it's like a dystopian nightmare, but in Brave
Oh,
New
right.
World, it's
You know,
like this.
For those of you that aren't, I know that many of you are well read, but there's a book called We that was written in Russia, and it ended up getting banned. It is it's the 1984 of Russia, and I've read it. You should. It's phenomenal. It beats all the other books.
Making fun of the Ruskies when they were in their Bolshevik phase.
living
Well,
in the
and it
shopping
was printed
mall.
right in the early phases of Bolshevism.
Wait, which funny thing?
then
Let
they
me
put him in a
get your channel
gulag
new.
and killed the motherfucker.
Find it.
And
Post
only now has the book been re-released.
Let me get your channel nuked here real quick. The same motherfuckers that were responsible for the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia are doing the same thing to North America right now.
And
all the Western
done.
nations.
It's like
Good.
Yuri
There it is.
Bezmenov was
Happening
You're
fucking
all a
right
bunch
right.
of shit boys,
And
goy motherfuckers who need to be sacrificed. Yes.
What was that, Lindsay?
No, I was gonna say, like, Yuri Bezmenov was fucking right this whole entire time, and we didn't even see it. We didn't even like.
But he was bigoted, racist, phobe, Nazi, some bitch, some whatever.
The acceleration has been like incredible. I mean, 1990, we did not dream of what was happening now. Impossible.
Oh, yeah, they even got
2000,
Trump.
it didn't happen. It
2001 changed everything.
Yeah, no.
9/11 changed everything.
Yeah.
No, that was one of the points, and then Trump came in and like that shit.
That was
just threw
a
everything
sledgehammer.
sideways.
Yeah, that was. I mean, 2016 was not supposed to happen. The results of that was not supposed to happen.
No, you know what it reminded me of? There was a movie back in the day. It had a Robin Williams. He was a comedian. A fucking.
Are you talking about Good Morning Vietnam?
No. He was a comedian or whatever. Anyway, they ran him as a political candidate, and he actually won by accident.
Oh, are you talking about that Robin Williams where he became president?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Man of the Year or something like that.
That's
Yeah.
That's it. Man of the Year.
I fucking love that movie, dude. He just happened to he just randomly ran for president and fucking won. I loved it. That was Trump.
That was Trump. Trump was not supposed to win. That shit was not supposed to happen. The American people, the American populace, the whatever you want to call it, the Great Awakening or anything, all this shit was not supposed to happen. Same thing with like all the QAnon stuff. I've gone through all the Q shit and everything, and I'm like, this is a fucking CIA gay op from top to bottom. I know a gay op. I was trained to do this shit, so it's like I fucking understand it.
So funny because
But I looked at it and I was like, what you dumbasses inadvertently did was you taught the general public basic military game theory. And now they've taken it to a whole other level that's way beyond your control. That's why Q stopped posting like a year ago. And this shit's gone on. And people, the stuff they've uncovered, stuff about human trafficking, the fucking
the human trafficking
all
is
this
really
sort
coming
of
to
shit.
light. Yep.
They fucked up and accidentally awakened a monster. And I'm like, well, wait, I get I get it. I look at the majority of people just looking at traffic. I go potato most of the days. Fucking idiots. But I look at it and I go, yeah, but when you put this type of information in front of people and they can see it with their own two eyes, no matter what lies you tell them or anything, they see the reality of it. They can see the fucking metrics. They can see the shit playing out in front of them. And a lot of times they can see it happening in their own lives. And all of a sudden they all start waking up. And I'm like, oh, y'all done fucked up.
And it's rather funny that
You were trying to put the majority of people to sleep and trying to fucking put them under a spell on a trance to control them, and what you accidentally did, and thank you shit posters of the internet, all of you glorious fucking shining beacons of light out there in the darkness that are constantly fucking red pilling the fuck out of everybody. You've basically woken up so many damn normies, so many lefties and everything, and you're going, just shut the fuck up and look with your own two eyes at what's going on, and you tell me that's not what's happening.
Like, the memes have been the most powerful weapon in this whole entire fucking
imagine
fight.
that. You're like, oh my God, several thousand years of emotional manipulation from one empire to the next and everything else, and taking over monetary systems. And then you finally get to the media systems and all this and control of everything in the world. And what is it? It's a bunch of shit posters on the internet that just fucked your 6,000-year Reich plan right into the goddamn ground.
Shit, remember the fucking GameStop, the stonk apes? Like, apes.
Yeah.
They took out a fucking hedge
I'm like,
fund.
most people don't understand World War III is ongoing right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're
It's
in
all
warfare
we're in the
right now.
Yeah, we're in the
it's not with literal
information
weapons,
phase of
though.
it. We're not in the kinetic phase. We're in the
Right.
information phase. So it's all on the internet, on social media. That's why there's so much censorship
And it's a
bullshit
matter
and everything
of,
else going
it's
on.
a matter of overcoming the propaganda to prevent
Right.
it from going kinetic.
Give it another
Right.
2 to 3 years. Once the internet as we know it is pretty much dead. Like, that ain't coming back. It was done and over with. Enjoy it. You know, whatever you fucking remember of it or whatever, you know, say your prayers. Thank you, God, for that existing. But yeah, it's over. The party's over.
Mm.
Like, we're in the fight deep.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't realize it just yet. They're starting to, but it's still got a little ways to go.
Well, and it's like there comes a point where you have to draw the line in the sand when it comes to certain issues. Like, I'm sorry, but anything
People's
that forgoes
kids,
people's
that-
freedoms, no, I'm not okay with that.
I know this what woke a lot of people up real quick was, we're coming for your children, and then they started seeing the shit with the school districts and everything, and they're like, what are you teaching our kids?
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching my fucking 6-year-old how to suck a dick properly? What?
And how ironic it was the pandemic, the fucking lockdowns that got the virtual teaching is what got parents to see this shit.
Yeah.
They fucked up right there.
And think about this is kind of fucked up because most people don't think this far ahead. If the lockdowns never happened, those Zoom meetings would have never happened, and people would have never known.
Yeah, and it's like, unfortunately, it took
This
some
is
sacrifices.
This is one of the things most people don't understand. Like, we understand good and evil, you know, the hero and the villain and everything else. You don't think about the motherfucker that basically had to allow evil shit to happen to you so that you saw it with your own two eyes. It wasn't hearsay. You experienced it. You saw it up close and personal with your own two eyes. That you finally acknowledged that evil in the world. And it's like, okay, now we can fight it.
Hey.
Hey, huh?
Hey. Okay, I have to interrupt for just a second.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Fedorable the fucking horrible. I have not seen you, it seems like, in 20 years, my man. It's been so long.
Hey, yeah, man, Han, like, you know, it's just how it goes, man.
We all drift
Like-
around. Every now and then we run into each other, kind of like asteroids and planets and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. We roll into each other's
But,
orbits for a while, and then
Yeah.
fucking we have to go off and, you know, do what we're destined to do elsewhere. And then we'll see each other again later, hopefully.
I hope you've been well, sir. It's been way too long.
Oh yeah, man. Likewise.
But go on. I'm sorry. I totally interrupted your flow, what you were talking about. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you let me go off on a flow.
No, it's just
What the fuck
crazy,
for
like
hours.
seeing this shit, you know, like just seeing things like ahead, like
And if the parents question what the teachers are doing, they want to deem them terrorists now.
did you see what they did? Okay, I live not too far
Yeah,
from
to shut 'em
Scottsdale.
up.
Did you hear what happened to the Scottsdale Unified School District here in Arizona?
Little behind on that one, so
Yeah,
One
I
of the
did.
members of the school board was collecting personal information on some parents that spoke out against the shit they were trying to push on their kids.
Oh, I did hear about
We
that.
had literal red guard shit happening in one of the fucking school districts, and I live in a red district. Scottsdale is a red district too.
Yeah,
So
it
to
is.
say that it's only happening to blue cities and blue states, it's not. It's trickling down
Well,
into the
I
red.
will
too.
say this: the majority of civilization, pretty much globally, I could speak for, but most specifically in the Western Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere, specifically, would be yeah, if you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna find out real goddamn quick. You go after people's kids,
Absolutely.
you're gonna
Yep.
find out that your life means a hell of a lot less than theirs.
Yep.
That's when
Period.
you're gonna see the real bloodshed happen.
Right, and I'm like, why are you trying to go that route? Like, you're just trying to antagonize people who would rather live in peace and be left alone. And, you know, you want to go fuck a fucking tranny or whatever? Who cares? Like, that's your life. Go do your thing.
It's like I won't question it. Just do you, boo boo.
Well, shit, you
Right.
have
Don't
you have
fuck
Tim.
with me. Don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you. And so long as you ain't like raping a kid or fucking animal
Yeah.
or
Well,
something like
the
that, or doing
predators-
some weird fucking crazy
yeah.
shit like that.
like predators
we're
are
good.
predators are infiltrating the LGBT
Once
community.
again,
Oh, they did that back in the 70s with NAMBLA. And all
And they're
that.
not
Oh, yeah.
nobody's
Now
pushing
it's
back
just
against it.
minor attracted people or
Oh,
whatever.
it's fucking
They
disgusting.
rebranded
They're
themselves.
maps.
Yeah, fuck maps.
Yeah,
Think
dude,
hey,
Wow.
Dora the
Would
Explorer.
you-
Hey,
would
think
you
Dora
go
called it
burn?
first with the
if
map.
Jesse was here, he could verify this. So
Oh, yeah.
this was years back in early Comicsgate. I ran across the map shit on Twitter, and it was then Umbrella guy. He
Yeah,
actually did like a whole stream about the fucking minor attracted person.
yeah, he did.
And
I
everybody was
caught
like,
that shit
"What the
recently.
fuck are you talking about? What is all this shit?" I'm like, I uncovered a fucking mass trove of pedophiles on fucking
Yeah,
Twitter.
you
And I was
did.
like, what the
They're
fuck is this
trying to
shit?
claim like a
Yeah, you did.
politically correct term for fucking pedophile, and oh, they're trying to claim it's a sexual orientation.
Oh
and
no.
match it to all
Now
the
they're
sex-
trying to
go
break it
fuck
down
yourself.
into what is it? There's
Their own social
pedos which are
category.
like under 11. They're trying to break it up by age group, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, look, there's a certain point, which is usually about 18 to 20 years old in males and females, where your reproductive organs are finally fucking fully formed. Your
Mhm.
brain is fully formed. Your body is fully formed.
Balls
Right.
finally drop.
Like, that's about the age you should be breeding. Before that, you're risking the same thing as if you do it when you're older.
yep.
Birth defects and all this other shit. Plus, nobody wants to see their 13-year-old daughter getting fucking boned by some 40, 50-year-old fucking pedo dude that just
No.
likes banging fucking young chicks.
No, nobody wants. No.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
a fire.
I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, if there's more than like, look, there's that childbearing age when men and women both start to come into their own. Like I said, their organs are fully formed and they're ready to have kids and everything. And they're like, well, they can have those at 13, 14. I'm like, that shit ain't fun. Their womb ain't stretched out, yo.
No,
And it's not the
they're not fully formed by then.
and it's
Right,
not the
it's not fully
1800s
formed.
anymore.
It's like a third of the way there. Like the cookie ain't baked yet, yo. Knock that shit off. Like, hey, I look at motherfuckers that do that, and I'm like, look, I read your Talmud and all that sort of shit. So, like, go fuck yourself on that one. Old enough to bleed, old enough to breed bullshit.
It makes me think of a
And you can
firearms.
lie, cheat, murder, steal, do whatever to anybody else, so long as they're not your own kind. Be like, yeah, that sounds a whole lot like a supremacy movement, bro.
You have to keep the transition. You have to keep the transition from childhood to adulthood as smooth as possible. Like
right. I'm like, leave kids. Like, honestly, the biggest thing I have right now with society is like, would you leave these kids the fuck alone and let them learn how to just like? They need to learn ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, basic social skills, stuff like that. Like all the sexuality and all that stuff.
they're not ready for that yet.
You have plenty of time. When they go to college, you have plenty of time to fuck them up from then on out.
They've missed out.
But y'all some lazy ass predators that want to go after these fucking young kids before they even have a chance to be able to fucking stand up against you, because you're a lazy fucking predator.
And
you're less than a hyena. You're like a fucking fungus that nobody wants.
And a lot of schools are having problems with that. I mean, 7th graders are freshmen today. Freshmen are juniors, and they've lost the last 2 years, and they were having so many problems with social interaction. These kids, kids need to have that kind of connectivity with each other.
Social anxiety now. With kids now.
It's
look.
Go ahead.
Look, if you want to put it from a real evil standpoint, all right, check this shit out. So these motherfuckers that go after kids and everything, that's the easy prey. That's the easy shit. You don't have to do much, and you can get away with a whole bunch of it. And you're like, I got volume and everything. And be like, yeah, but you got no value, you fucking cheap fuck. Like, if you're going to be an evil motherfucker, what you want to do, you want these kids to grow up in a nice 2-parent household. You want them to grow up with good values, good moral standing and everything. You want them to be virtuous people that by the time they're adults and you get a hold of them, when you twist them and break them and twist them up into your fucking perverted little fucked up world that you're trying to create, this shit-topia you're trying to bring about. Like, if you're a true predator, put some effort into it. Put some work. Put long-term fucking work into it. You lazy motherfuckers. I look at most evil these days and I go, you petty motherfuckers. You're just a mean girls club with some added benefits. That's about it. You got fuck all else going on. You're projecting all this power and influence and bullshit onto the rest of the world. And at the end of the day, what is it? Everybody sees it for what it is. It's desperation. You want to be acknowledged. You want to be fucking bowed to and worshipped and everything else. Be like, take your fucking amateur ass BDSM loving fucking bullshit and get the fuck back in your dungeon and shut the fuck up. We're done with you before we kill your ass.
Mic drop.
Yep. And with that, let's change up things.
Okay. I'm gonna turn my camera off. Shut the fuck up and go.
Love you, Fed.
It is a little bit too deep for me.
I'm sorry, Raquel. Like I said, just tell me when to shut the fuck up.
Dude. Okay.
And this is
This
why
is
we
why-
love Fed.
Yes, exactly.
No fucks given.
So,
All right. Smoking.
Yo, what?
I'll be in chat.
Okay, Raquel.
Is anyone looking forward to any movies that are coming up?
That's a good question, actually.
I'm looking forward to the Matrix.
really?
Dune, Dune.
No.
I
Really?
don't know
No
about the
no
Matrix.
Spider-Man? Really?
I'm worried. I'm worried.
Spider-Man, I'm okay with it, but I'm actually really looking forward to the Matrix, just because I just rewatched all three of them as a refresher. It's
Oh
so
God,
I'm curious
those
to
last.
see. I'm curious to see how they
Yeah,
do with this
the-
one because I'm just like the last one really didn't sell it for me. I'm like, it was
Last
just-
two movies
I was like,
made
let's
no
have one
sense.
big orgy before before we go to war. I'm like,
I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
original. I like the original Matrix.
oh, the
Yeah,
original
the
still.
original's
Oh my
just
god.
solid.
Anything after that to me
Oh,
does not exist. So a
Oh.
newer Matrix makes me even more worried.
like
I mean, I
the
did like the
movie.
second one with the twins. That was actually a really
That
cool
was
fight
that was
scene.
cool, and
That
the
was
parking
cool.
scene was cool.
Like that was a really epic fight scene with both
Yeah.
of them with Neo, and I was just like, all right. And I did like
that
how
was
that
epic.
that
That's,
guy made that chick come in her pants, like talking
me,
about
that's,
some fucking cake.
to
I
me,
was like,
that's-
that's why you do it. Let's do it.
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
To me,
But
that's
it's like
a franchise they should have let die as the Matrix. This is just trying to dig up stuff for money. Is exactly
Well,
what
that
it is.
Well,
then they're
and now
look what's
Neo's-
going on with technology now. Look
I
what
can
we've
see that.
predicted.
well, and now Neo is no longer the chosen one. I bet
It's
This world
Trinity.
is not going to. Oh my god.
They pretty much
which-
said it in this newest
She
trailer. They pretty much
You
said
know,
it in the newest
She
trailer.
died in Revelation.
It's like it's kind of like a
But-
rebirth for her.
You know they have to gender swap.
died.
You know that they have to gender swap.
Well, they
You know
did. They
that.
did it with Trinity.
Yeah,
So
that's what
it's
I'm
pretty
saying.
much-
You have to gender swap because
You know,
that's
Neo's
what
got
you
to
do
tap
now.
back in. He remembers that he's like, oh shit, I have an opportunity to get Trinity back. Let's go get her. And yeah, dude, you're the one. It's all about a dream that she had again. Because remember in the first Matrix, he's like, I had a dream and blah 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 blah.
Oh,
It's pretty much reverting back to she had a new dream and
Oh.
yeah, I had a dream.
that renders the fucking trilogy useless.
That
then,
one
just
day
like,
the Matrix will figure its shit out. I
just
had
like,
a dream.
just like Dark Fate renders the first two Terminator movies.
That Neo would
completely
walk in the
meaningless.
white room and give us all the guns in the world again. I had a dream.
The next Matrix movie is going to be a spin-off, and it's just going to be called The Girl in the Red Dress.
It's like, why isn't Trinity the Oracle?
I
Should've
love
been
that
made the
scene.
Oracle
I
at
absolutely
least,
love
like-
that scene because I was just like Neo. I was like, that chick is hot. And then you turn around, I was like, yeah, I'm dead.
Well, then he says, "I can arrange some personal time with y'all later if you want me to."
Right? I was like, like holla. like, I love that scene because I was like, yeah, I would have been dead. Because yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say, I have not seen any of the Matrix films yet.
Just
the first
watch
one,
first
just
one.
the first
Yeah,
one's
just the
awesome,
first
man.
One's all that matters.
Just follow the white rabbit.
Yes.
Just follow the white rabbit on the Matrix.
But yeah,
That's
I
it.
Take the
me
red
and Hans
pill.
Carr have
Yeah.
been talking about doing a watch party
And
of
take the red
the
pill.
The Matrix.
It's like what is it? 2.5 hours? The first one?
I
Roughly,
don't
I
remember. I don't remember the runtime.
Sure.
To be honest with you, I'd have to look it up. But
I think. Hold on. I think. 'Cause it just
the Matrix is kind of like Speed, and that's a bad comparison. But I'm only saying that because Raquel watched Speed the other night, and everybody was like, "Just consider Speed, the original Speed, to be the only
Yes.
Speed movie."
Oh
Forget
my
Speed
god,
2.
dude!
Forget
Forget
Speed
about
2.
Yeah.
cruise control.
And to me,
I am curious. I need to check
No,
out the
you don't.
trailer.
No, no.
Don't even
You-
worry about
Do
it.
you really
No.
want to see what's his name? What the fuck's
Jason
his name?
Patrick?
Jason
yeah, it wasn't
Patrick
even Keanu
on a
Reeves
fucking-
in the second
on
one.
a cruise boat with Sandra Bullock, getting seasick, with a deaf girl and what was it, William
Like
Dafoe?
really?
William Dafoe with leeches because he's dying. No, you don't need to watch that
Leeches.
stupid. Yeah, you don't need to watch that
Yeah.
stupid shit.
You go from
Those are the
a-
cliff notes.
you go from a fucking bus where you have to keep it at 50 miles an hour or over.
Oh,
to a
2 hours and
fucking
16
boat.
minutes. Thank you, Ryan. I was getting ready.
Listen,
I was trying to Google it
I
right
had a
now.
dream where I was Haster. Speaking of that, have any of you ever looked up the true meaning of the word holodor?
No.
No.
You might be horrified if you do.
Oh,
I
that's
cannot say that I have.
the Russian famine that was
That's right.
Yeah,
wasn't exact. It was artificially.
I thought nobody said Hodor. I
Ukraine.
was like,
Oh, I'm very
I did. I thought
Hodor.
nobody said Hodor. I was like,
I
I was
looked
like,
up-
man, don't bring that up. Man,
Kinda
that was
like-
a fucked up episode of Game of Thrones. I cried. That episode made me cry.
Which one? The Red
Yeah,
I
was-
Wedding?
sacrificed Hodor. Yeah.
See, I was gonna be.
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna.
Hold the door! No, my
I
God,
was gonna be a
I'm
smart ass
crying
saying-
again.
I was gonna be a
No.
smart ass and say I got invited to Hodor one time, but I didn't want to pay extra to go to the bathroom of the strip club.
That was.
Like, it's
No, no.
funny 'cause, like, every
Nobody-
once in a while I hold a door for a lady and I get a little sad. I do. I get a little sad inside. I'm like,
That's Hodor. Hodor.
yeah, but as he was saying, he was like, hold the door. I'm like, oh, God, dude.
That
But
was
the
the last great
Hodor was
moment
the
on that
Ukrainian
show.
famine, right?
He
Nobody.
killed it. He killed that show. He was awesome on that show. And then what do? We give it to a kid in a wheelchair.
Who doesn't do
He
anything
doesn't
at
do
the
jack
end?
shit.
He doesn't
like,
do anything. He's
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
go-
be.
I'm gonna go
Green
fly away. Watch my eyes roll in the back of my head like
I'm
no
just
other.
gonna I'm just gonna
I'm just
observe
gonna
these
take off.
birds. I'm gonna warg into these flock of birds as
Yeah,
we're fucking
fuck.
getting obliterated by the
Worthless.
White Walkers.
Worthless piece of shit. Where were you in the long night?
Wait,
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Just
Nowhere.
flying with some birds is where he was.
Where was your brother Jon Snow? He was looking at the White
was
Walker,
scr-
looking at
he
the
was
king, going,
screaming.
"Hey, we're gonna mean mug each other, but I'm not gonna kill you. It's gonna be my
Oh,
little
no.
sister."
Yeah, no, Jon Snow was too
'Cause
busy
she's so
screaming at a
strong.
dragon. Jon Snow was too busy screaming at a zombified dragon, is what he was doing. While his
Bro,
sister goes and
No,
fucking kills.
I'm sorry. That whole God damn it, man.
I'm getting war flashbacks again to that goddamn season. Oh, best show on fucking TV, and they had to end it like that. Like,
This new one, I keep telling people, I was like, they can't fuck this up, and they're like, why? I was like, because the book is done. I was like, all they gotta do is read the book and go with it. That's all you gotta do.
curse you, George!
That's all you gotta
George,
do.
all you had to do was finish the books.
Like legit, that's all you gotta do is just read the fucking book and make the series. That's all you gotta do.
I just looked it up, and so Holodomor was the Ukrainian famine between 1932 and 1933,
Yep,
and
yep,
3.9 million people died
yep.
Damn,
Jesus.
that's some shit.
because the Soviet
Soviet
chief said, we're going to
Yeah.
start you out because this is our home country. We want you all to leave,
Yeah.
like what's happening
Yeah.
today.
Ryan, I do agree with you. Cobra Kai season 4 looks fire. It looks fire.
I need to check it out.
I need to
have-
watch.
Dude, the fact that they showed Terry Silver in this new trailer, I fucking like. I jizzed myself. I did. I came in my pants. I was like, "There's that motherfucker, looking old as fuck, but he looks good in the ponytail. Still, he got the ponytail." Oh god, it's gonna be great. New Year's. So guess what I'm doing on New Year's? I'll watch a Cobra Kai, because it's weird. The 29th you have the Book of Boba Fett, and then the next day you have like my birthday, which is nothing. And then the next day after that, you have Cobra Kai. So I'm pretty much going to stay up until midnight on my birthday and binge the fuck out of Cobra Kai season 4. And then be the first to live stream it before anybody and be like, haha, before Mega Jetty. I'm going to do it before Mega Jetty. Now I'm really going to piss him off. He's going to be like, what? I'm like, yeah.
You're gonna break his
Don't
heart.
watch it. Like, don't watch it because I'm going to spoil it.
I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it, Jetty. You better
'Cause
go
I'm gonna watch
it now.
episode 1 and then I'm gonna like do a video and post it, and then I'll watch episode 2, do a video and post it, episode all the way.
He'll be screaming,
I'm
"Ah,
done.
God damn it!"
I'll be like, ah.
Let's see. I think I watched up to the third Karate Kid movie. I want to watch the next Karate Kid, but
Wait, which one? The one with Hillary Skank?
yes.
Oh, the next
Yeah.
Karate Kid is.
I'm
is
sorry.
alright.
That's his habit.
There's only a skank in that one.
You went down.
That's a habit. That's a habit.
But other than that, I do want to check out Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai's the shit.
It
It's
is.
still free on YouTube. It's still free on YouTube because it did start on YouTube.
God, but I don't want to get a net because I'm boycotting Netflix because of fucking cuties. But I'm just like, but I want to.
Dude,
see
I hate
shows.
you,
It's
Fed.
like,
I hate the fact that you know Ming Na Wen. Like, I fucking hate the fact that you know her. She's like, if I could ever meet her, I'd bang her.
God, she's like pushing 60 too. That's like
Yeah, Terry's. He looks good. Like, even in the trailer, they got him doing some martial
Yeah.
arts. Man, he still fucking looks good. He still has the moves. This is gonna be epic. We're going to the tournament. Oh god damn it!
Silver Fox.
I can't even speculate what the fuck to expect this season. Expect the unexpected. That's all I'm gonna say.
How many seasons of Cobra Kai are there? Is there 3
Four.
right now? This is
3.
going into the
There's
4th?
gonna be 4. They're getting ready to go into
doing
the 4th.
season 4. Okay.
But
this
they're
is
only
funny.
they're only half-hour episodes, so they're
Okay,
real quick. So it's real
I need
quick to binge.
to. I need to catch up because
Yeah, me too.
some of you,
It's
Raquel, I know
really
you know,
good.
some of you know that I've been out of work since October because I blew my shoulder out.
Yeah.
One of my my physical therapist, which is a whole other thing. He's really into Cobra Kai, and he's like, "Hey man," because I had a Goonies shirt on one day, and he's like, "Oh, you're into 80s stuff," and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, He's only 10 years younger than me, but he makes it sound like I'm 85. He's like, "Oh man, that was way before my time. Have you watched Cobra Kai if you like old 80s movies?" And I was like, "No, I've never watched it. My wife does. She says it's good." And he's like, "Oh man, you need to watch Cobra Kai."
I got my parents hooked on it. They fucking love it.
The
They
only-
binged it in like, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's actually what the shirt that I had on says, Raquel, is Goonies Never Say Die.
You know, Goonies is like one of the
The,
greatest movies ever.
Hey, you guys.
You guys!
Do the shuffle.
Other than the fact that he hurts my shoulder helping me to get better is I wear like Converse All-Stars. You know, the canvas classic.
Oh, yeah.
I love Converse All Stars, the high
Well,
tops.
That's what these are. They're black.
My shade
I'm
too.
42. This dude is 31. The last time I went to therapy, and this is what pissed me off about it, maybe be like, "Are you even fucking understanding what you're saying right now?" He was like, "Oh, those are like cool retro shoes," and I was like, "Oh yeah, man. Since I was a kid, I've wore Converse All Stars." And he's like, "That was all the shoes they had when you were a kid, right?" And I was
Damn.
like, "Do you think this is like fucking 1920 or some shit?"
So no, back in the day, we used to be.
Got Lindy to bite her lip. Her job is done.
I'm looking at him like, I'm 42. You've seen my paperwork. You think like in the 80s there wasn't, and 90s there wasn't like Nikes and Adidas and shit? You're gonna say
Nikes
"Oh,
and Adidas, fucking
that's-
Reebok.
Yeah.
Like, so
I
remember
was
the
like-
Air Jordans?
All
Yeah, I
day
was like,
long.
Jordans, yeah.
All day long.
Oh,
that's
that's the only tennis shoe. That's the only tennis shoes they had when you was a kid.
Adidas.
Yeah,
That's
shit.
what
You
Adidas
guys,
stand for.
in the 80s, when I was in junior high and high school, if you weren't wearing those canvas fucking, they looked like Chucks, but they were Nikes. And they had the little slash on the side. If you weren't wearing those, you weren't cool. You had to have them.
Oh man, yeah, the Nike with like the kitty.
It's kitty.
Oh, he's fluffy.
Fluffy kitty.
Yes, I am a fluffy boy. My name is TARDIS.
TARDIS from Doctor
TARDIS?
Who.
That's a great name for a cat.
That's a kick-ass
That's a
TARDIS.
cute name.
Say,
Yeah.
I am a fluffy, cute little Persian pussy boy. I'm a mama's boy.
Aww. Kitty.
Say,
It's like you can
Let's
stop
see if I
holding
can
him,
show
huh?
you my cat
He's like,
without
"Hey,
getting
Raquel."
injured.
look at
Right?
how happy he
Here
is.
we go.
It's so fluffy.
Everybody show your
I
pet.
got kitty.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that.
Oh,
it's a calico.
I love calicos.
Oh, calico.
Nice.
I
He's
have
like,
a
"I'm out."
calico kitten right now.
And male calicos
She's got
are
the little
rare.
mask and everything, right?
Aw.
She's super cute. She's like, I'm out of here. She's like,
I
"Let me go."
really don't wanna
everybody's
get cut up,
showing off their
so
pussies
I
right
don't want
now.
to prod her.
Hey, it's fun.
The original cat.
And there's the kitten from hell.
The
Yeah.
cat is here.
Fed's black
Always.
pussy.
Fed bottom back. See, that's what got me first. I was like, the first time I ever saw Fed was on Creepy Little Book, and he was like, "That."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck! Like I was tripping out because I was high as balls, and I was like, "Is that fucking cat talking?"
I saw
Like I remember I
that
put that in the
document
chat. I was like,
clip.
"Am I just?" I was like, "I know I'm high." I was like, "But is that cat talking?"
Same
And
here.
like Tina put in the chat, she's like,
Yes.
I was
"Yeah, it is.
already
His name's
tripping
Fed."
balls when
I
the
was like,
cat
"Wait a
started
minute."
talking to
I was
me.
like, "There's a talking cat." I was like, "What the fuck kind of show is this on YouTube?"
And sometimes he was a
clips on
dragon.
Twitter.
Sometimes he was
Yeah,
other things.
and then he
was
changed.
Sometimes he was Hillary Clinton.
But what tripped me out, he changed in the stream to like a fucking angel, like Cupid, and I was like, "The fuck just
Oh,
happened?"
yeah, let's see.
Oh,
What is this? Oh, yeah. There's the
Yeah.
demon.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Hey, Fed,
Yeah.
what program is that?
You know, hip hop, hooray! ho!
Hey, ho.
Very nice, Fed. Very nice.
I love that app, dude. I
What,
gotta
what
get- I gotta
program
get-
is that?
Oh yes, the wizard.
The wizard.
Converse All Stars are the tits.
They are the tits.
They're
Hell
the tits pajamas.
Nike was for the pruppies.
I still like
Yeah.
this one. This one of my personal favorites.
You guys are gonna laugh.
I
That
was
one's the
But
best.
I'm
Yeah.
55 years
Oh.
old,
What are
and
you?
I still wear what you guys would call, what I've always called, sneakers. I buy the
Sneakers.
latest, greatest
Yeah.
brands because you can move silently. And
Oh hell yeah, dude!
they
You have
stick to your feet well, and you got good traction. What's not to like?
Trump.
That's right.
Hey, Fed, what
McDonald's.
program is that?
Ooh, who's
How
beefing?
y'all doing? Welcome to my next.
Who's beefing?
no,
Somebody's
whatever.
digital watch is going off.
I can't do this.
I'm gonna save your nation. It's gonna be great, like nothing you've ever seen. It's gonna be the greatest. And I'm just gonna enrich all of my
Hey,
friends.
you know what?
Well, you all go broke.
Hey, you know what? I love the fact that he slipped this in a conversation recently, and everybody was like, "Wait, what is he talking about?" When he was talking about Israel owned most of Congress for the past like 20 years, and everybody's like, "Wait, what?
Fucking bad, dude. I can't
Weren't
take
we at
it
war
seriously.
for the past 20 years
What
with
what
the Middle East?"
what program?
Wait, what?
What program is that?
Yeah, what program are you using, Fed?
This is face rig.
Face rig?
Yeah, if you go on
It's
Steam,
on
Rig.
Steam, right?
Yeah, I got
As
the
everybody-
older version.
as everybody
of the
puts it in
newer
their
version
computers
is
right now.
all-
Yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking it was on Steam. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Do it.
Look, the latest
Come on,
version,
yeah.
I'm looking at some stuff with if you guys really want to get into any like 3D type of art or like movie production or anything like that, go get Blender 3D.
Oh yes, I have Blender.
Blender 3D?
Blender it
It's
is
free.
Oh, it's the tits. But apparently, Face Rig, like they finally got some like commercial sponsorship and everything, so they're like doing that, the pay to play type scheme shit. So it's kind of like I got the older version, which gives me all this cool shit. Let's see, let's change this real quick. There we go.
I like
That
that.
you guys like the puppy.
Doggo.
Like the doggo.
Doggo.
Bite the doge.
Doge.
Bite the dip, bitches.
It's the
Bite the dip. Bite the dip. Make the CIA rich. There you go. Let's see. Hold on. And beating up this guy. You know this guy right here. He tell you all the fucking crazy shit in the world, right? He tell you, you be like, hey, most of your governments, most of your institution, media, all that shit, all your education, all your fucking important position, run by pedophiles. You know this, right? But no, you be fucking stupid. You sit there and you just want to sit back and not fucking actually look at this. Go in the library. Do anything. Look at your shit. You fucking see this. Fucking QAnon. Everybody talk about this shit and they go, oh, QAnon, blah, 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 blah. That will fuck you. Look at some of the shit they talk about. Some of the shit they talk about, you can see this shit and you can check it out for yourself and be like, holy shit, this is fucking real.
I remember
That's fucking amazing. But most people so fucking stupid. They sit there, they put tattoo on the freeway. They fucking put in front of you. They do 20 miles under the speed limit because they're all fucking illegals and they're driving kilometers per hour. But fuck that shit. Okay, I'm gonna change this and go to a different one.
And I like to pop in unannounced.
I remember, Fed, when you first started using that on Creepy Little Book, and it blew everybody's fucking mind because nobody had seen that anywhere yet.
Because they did not know the way.
He did not know the way.
Oh, it looks like it's Knuckles. It's Knuckles from Sonic.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? Yes, she is the first queen. I tell you, Rothschild daughter, granddaughter, whatever, taking over for David Rothschild. Little bitch, she is the fake queen. She leads you all to destruction. You must spit on her.
This is fucking good. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Down to the proverbial rabbit hole.
Okay, then.
And you know what? If that shit don't work, you just falcon punch a motherfucker, Straight up. You just go America and you falcon punch that motherfucker right into oblivion, right where they belong. Because right now, all of you, right now, you are in a fucking intense storm of demons. They're all around you and everything else. You know right from wrong. Everybody does. You can feel it. You know when you do bad shit and stuff like that. You can feel it. You know what you did was wrong. But you're surrounded by people that are trying to tell you that right is wrong and wrong is right and all this bullshit and everything, trying to invert everything. Fuck that shit. Punch those motherfuckers right in the face. They'd be like, oh, punch a Nazi? You'd be like, all right, cool. BAM! I'm looking at one right in front of me telling me to fucking look at my fellow human being and judge him on their skin color and stuff like that because they're oppressed or below me or whatever because of whatever bullshit you're saying. Man, motherfucker, I take an individual at their face value. What you show me who you are is who I'm going to treat you as. But you're telling me to look at a motherfucker and judge them on some other bullshit or anything else. Fuck you. I'll falcon punch you right in the face for that shit.
Falcon punch this motherfucker. Falcon punch.
Falcon punch.
Oh, falcon punch. God damn
Back to the
it.
motherfucking hell, chat.
I love how Shredder calls him Demon Kitty.
He's called the Demon Kitty.
Oh, there's the Demon Kitty.
Car and shape it up. Beep. Beep. booty
The
or the
hoopty?
hootie?
The hoopty?
The hoopty or the booty?
You hoop.
I don't know.
Okay, so Eldritch, a falcon punch. See, you gotta ball all four knuckles up and pull that, pull that thumb in there, get that nice tight knuckle grip and everything. And then what you gotta do is focus your chi through it. And then what you end up doing is you punch with such a motherfucking ferocity. You do an uppercut to a motherfucker's jaw so hard, it will shatter titanium. You're like Iron Fist on crack, bro.
I think you're getting hit on, Fed.
I'm gonna go into work tomorrow. I'm like, I'm gonna falcon punch all of you bitches. They're like, what?
Man,
I'm
don't
like,
fuck around. Be like,
like, get ready.
Falcon punch.
I'm like, get ready. I'm gonna falcon punch all you fuckers.
you know what? If you're gonna do it correctly, it sounds exactly like this. Falcon punch.
Exactly. That's how I'm gonna do it. Man.
What would the sound effects sound like?
Like you gotta summon,
like a
your
fucking
inner
coming
fighter
in, like
Like the
chief
Wilhelm
in.
scream. Like, ah.
yeah, like falcon scream. Like
Dude, and you gotta like spring down all the way to the ground and then like jump up into that shit, right into their upper jaw, dude, and like send them across
And
the
then
kitchen.
I want the American flag. I want the American flag to pop up right behind me as I do that.
America. It's like you do a falcon punch and then America.
Let's see. Just like that. Falcon punch
Falcon punch.
for America.
America.
Sons of
I'm gonna
bitches.
say that.
Falcon
Next time I
punching
play
pedos
Enlisted.
for America.
I'm gonna start it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Falcon punch with motherfuckers.
I'm
Falcon
sorry,
Falcon punch
Dad.
with a knife. Can you imagine how cool that would be to go like sneak up on Nazis and Falcon punch them with a
Falcon
fucking
punch.
knife?
I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
walk up
fucking
behind
God.
people on that game.
Oh,
Falcon
dude.
punch.
Dude, with a
God.
shield or
Falcon
some like
punch is
spike
cool,
brass
but-
knuckles.
Oh, but
I
shit
prefer
though, like
donkey punch.
I need to learn.
And that's for the collaborators, though.
Like seriously, that dude. Somebody needs to remember this because I'm not gonna remember this in the morning.
I'm gonna be like, messaging you.
I'm gonna be like,
talking
we
about,
gotta-
hey, you
I'm
said
gonna
you're
wake
gonna
up like-
falcon punch. You're gonna falcon punch the coworkers. You sure you didn't do that, did you? Oh,
Like I want to wake up in a few hours and be like, what the fuck? What was
Be
that?
like, yo, I Falcon punch my girlfriend at least twice a day, and she loved that
She
shit.
loved it. She kissed it. It's
She
America.
Chef's gonna wake up in a few
And
hours,
she
go
did.
to
She
work.
said,
He's gonna
America.
pull those new knives out, and people are going to literally get on their knees.
Yep.
I'm gonna falcon punch.
I'm gonna
you.
falcon punch you.
And you
You're
and,
cool.
and you twice.
I'm
what
gonna
I'm saying.
falcon punch the shit out of you.
You
Let's
know,
go,
you
Brandon.
know what? It's what in the real world we call when you're fucked up in the head and you kind of need like, I don't know, let's see. You don't need quite all 5 fingers. You just need 4 fingers right upside the fucking dome.
What did
Right.
the 5 fingers say to the face?
For
Ow.
that, it's what we call a
Look at their
hard cognitive reset.
Cognitive
Yep.
reset. Like, yeah.
Nothing
but-
like
So
a good
your
bitch
ass
slap.
can see some fucking realism.
in other
It's
words,
breaking you out of that spell. I'm gonna do a hard cognitive reset right
in other
upside your
words,
head.
we're gonna
I don't want
knock
to
some
kill
sense
you.
into you.
I just want to falcon punch your ass right upside the left temple.
I want to knock this stupidity out of you. That's what I want.
Exactly. Be like, you need to see the real world, the real people, the real shit for thousands of years. Back in history, you need to see it all.
Oh my
Otherwise,
goodness. A
you are
puddle
a
of
fucking
cat.
useful goddamn idiot.
No, that is a fat cat.
That is
That is
Right.
a puddle of cat.
Fat.
That's Pumpkin. She's asleep right now.
Aww.
She's
my
cuddled.
God.
She's
I love black
uh,
cats.
Blackie.
What is she, about 19, 20 pounds?
no, she's just cuddled into a little ball sleeping.
I love black cats. I have a black cat.
I have a black kitty
Wow.
too.
Yeah, her name's
Wait,
I was
Pumpkin.
about to say, Tink right now is 24 and a half pounds.
Did you say Tink?
Yeah, Tink.
Yeah, Tink is an alcoholic.
Well,
Uh,
originally, Tink, when I
He is
found
a
him,
giant alcoholic.
we
and it's a
thought
big
He's an
cat.
alcoholic.
we thought Tink was a girl, so like I gave in. They called her Tinkerbell for like the first week or two until the balls started showing, and it was like, yeah,
Well,
Tink is a tank.
I asked you that. I asked you that.
So I just
because-
shortened it down to Tink because remember the shit with the Olympics, little Tink Tank.
Oh yeah.
I have a tuxedo cat that is actually named
Tuxedo cats are so cute.
that is actually named Duval. But when we got him as a kitten, he farted a lot.
Oh,
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
started.
That
So we
is a
called
cat
him.
cuddle.
So we started calling him Mr. Tink Tink.
Dude, I went through the
Dude,
same thing with
yeah.
Tink because when I found him in a parking lot and he had like this distended belly full of worms and everything. So it was
Oh,
like
Yeah.
for about the first 8 months I had him going through the deworming process and getting him back to like healthy and everything.
Yeah.
And that cat, every time he'd shit or fart or anything, oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, we
Death.
started.
I had
we-
a
Death.
I had a
Just
similar cat.
death
He
in
was
the air.
cat farts are. Ooh,
Yeah,
they're
we-
death. Oh,
He
it
had
smells like
reaction.
death.
Like rotten onions.
Yeah, Duval would get up on the sofa with my wife and I when he was little, and we would just look at each other like, "Did you do that? No, did you do that?" And then we'd look at him and go, "Tink, Tink, really?"
Yep.
Because it's like every time he jumped up on the sofa, he would like crop dust the fuck out of us.
I don't know about you guys,
I
but
had
I
a
think
little-
a dog
I
fart
literally-
is a
I
lot
named him
worse than a
Fart.
cat fart.
Yeah, dog farts
And
are pretty bad
fart-
too.
Farts are
Yeah.
pretty bad. Yeah.
Dude.
Bart really stank. I mean, he was brutal. I dewormed him. I went through everything. I gave him all the best food, etc. Fart stank like crazy. You know what happened to Fart? One
He
day I was
farted.
out tending to my flowers. I have irises and tulips and such. I like flowers, okay?
Yeah.
Fuck you if you don't like that. But I'm out tending to my flowers.
Nobody.
I'm out tending to my flowers, and I hear this, and I turn and look, and an eagle is he's packing Fart off. So
Oh,
long,
shit.
Fart.
An
I
eagle
never saw him
farts.
again.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Oh my god.
What?
That's a
Yeah.
once in a lifetime like moment
Dude.
right there. Like
Yeah.
it's like the stars aligned at that. Like
I would have picked up my phone and recorded that, been like,
no
I don't know what to think right now. My cat just got fucking just Jesus, look at that.
I'm watching this video on YouTube.
That's
And there's,
nature.
And there was
As
a
fucked
dad
up as that
and a little
sounds.
girl, watching a little bunny. I guess they released this bunny.
I have seen the exact video you're talking about. I was
Yeah,
thinking
they
about
released
that.
this bunny, and the little girl's like watching the bunny, slowly go away. And out of freaking nowhere, a freaking huge predatory bird just
It's a hawk.
swoops in.
A hawk.
A hawk swoops in, grabs the bunny. You hear the bunny screaming, and you just look at the girl's little face, looking in shock.
Yep.
Shocking.
Right?
Just had a hawk.
This is nature.
away.
Like it or
Nature
not,
is
boys and
raw.
girls. There is a
Nature's
chain
raw.
of command. There is a food chain. And by God, I got news for
nature
you.
is brutal.
You're not on top
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
Fascinating.
The
If you
scream
aren't
of
carrying a gun or some
Oh,
other
well.
good weapon, you're not on top of the food chain. You are food.
Well, armed with
You saw
chihuahuas.
Bambi.
That happened here recently.
Oh,
We had a
yeah,
chihuahua
no
that was
shit.
almost carried away by a hawk twice. It made 2 strikes and missed the chihuahua because chihuahuas are quick. They're very fast. And it didn't happen. But you know what? I wouldn't have shot the chihuahua because it would have been a close shot.
The scream of that rabbit will haunt your dreams. I've seen the exact video. I've
didn't
seen
even
the
think that
exact
rabbit
video
could
that Raquel's
scream.
talking about. No, if rabbits are very, very, very in distress, they will scream.
Oh yeah, they will.
Mm-hmm.
We have no rabbits.
Wow.
Well, they did in what was that movie, Fatal Attraction, when Homegirl fucking killed that bunny.
I boiled the rabbit. I was just like,
Fucking
God
crazy
damn, this
bitch.
poor bitch is crazy.
Crazy fucking bitch. Glenn Close. Cray
Yeah,
cray.
sounds
think
like my
you
last
got-
girlfriend. my
Sounds
last
like
girlfriend was
most
a
of my
complete
girlfriends.
lunatic. You have
That
no
movie,
idea what the
that
shit I
movie
went
fucked
through.
me up. That movie
Yeah.
set standards. That told me what to not look for. Those were the red flags I need to look for when I'm looking for. I was like, "Yep,
No kidding.
you like animals? Have you ever killed one?
Oh,
Was it a bunny?
the whole stiletto
Did-
thing.
Did you put it in a pot and leave it in the fucking and leave the house?
I wear high heels.
Do you wear high
I have a
heels?
question.
Do you cut yourself and put
Why-
yourself in the bathtub and pretend like you're suicidal or pregnant? No? Okay.
I want the
Jesus.
panel to answer me this. Why is crazy so fucking sexy? Like, why do I end up falling into these traps all the time? Always
it's
I
like-
end up with some
it's like-
lunatic fucking...
Well, it's like I find the act of a man getting aggressive to be hot. Like,
I think women
know
should
Damn
be
you.
first.
I don't know why. I mean,
Well, that's me.
Lindsay
I
likes
am.
to get
I'm
choked
aggressive.
out. That's
I'm,
fair.
I'm a-
What the hell
shut-
are
I can
you?
even be a bit
Shut up,
sadistic.
Lindsay, before I put my hand on your throat.
I mean, it is. It's one
Yep.
of those. It's a good
You're not-
choke out.
Look, it's simple human nature. Like, as much as everybody likes to zimzer the fuck out of everything, like, it really comes down to this.
Sexy.
Like,
The question was women.
men, people
No,
with
it's women.
testicles and balls who like to fuck, who like to penetrate. Those are going to be the ones that have that specific,
This
trait.
I'm
That's
sorry, I
the
can't
hunter.
take this shit.
Now,
Men.
right, exactly. The hunter, the protector, the
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best info-
dominator.
The best info I've ever gotten has been from a dragon.
Dragon.
We're getting
But
the sex
now-
talk from the dragon.
Now, you need the other flip side to that equation to make everything else work, which is the ability to create life,
Can you
nurture
imagine
it.
having sex
And
ed
actually,
with this?
Oh, dude, I'd be kicked out. They'd be like, "Oh my god, you're
I'm gonna barbecue your ass.
It's gonna be using the dragon.
Great.
Hey, dude, you want to hear something really funny? When I was back in high school, I was in ROTC and everything. I was
my
color
God.
guard and all that shit. I
I
was
was
also on
too.
this thing called oh fuck, what was it called?
What
Anyway,
branch
we-
of the service was it?
Air Force,
Okay, I was Navy.
Nevada
Okay.
31st ROTC. Anyway, so I was in it was like, because I had a high grade score and everything, they had us going over to like the elementary schools and teaching kids about basic like safety, stranger danger, all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah,
And-
stranger danger, good old stranger danger.
Yeah, dude, and it was like, you know what? I took that class. I had a lot of fun with it because it was like the kids. I was like, look, y'all have no idea. Like, let me fill you in on some shit that you're gonna come running across in a few years, and like, instead of scaring the shit out of you with it, let me fill you in on some pointers before you get to that point, before any of that stuff can screw you up or anything.
Before somebody shows you their penis inappropriately.
Right, exactly. And it was funny, like, as much as I don't like kids or animals for the most part, both of those fucking groups seem to like me a lot.
Hey, Chef, what if the
Yes.
first night you tuned in and you saw a talking dragon?
Dude, I would have really fucking been like, I gotta.
I remember that though.
I probably would've stopped
I
doing
do.
work that day.
I remember that. Fedorable did that for a while in Creepy Little Book. He would do the cat. A lot of times he would do the dragon. Some nights he would be like going through the random avatars like he was earlier.
For real.
I remember for a while he did the
You
dragon.
goddamn right. Because we need to make this motherfucking place great again, bitch.
Speaking of which, Pete is on right now. He's doing
Really?
Doggo.
VR Night, Paranormal and the Unusual.
Ooh.
You said beer night?
No, Viewer
Oh.
Night.
Oh, he's doing another viewer night? Nice.
He's been doing that a lot lately.
He's been rolling with it, man.
Yeah, those are some of his best streams.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, they'll fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So what exactly is viewer night? I'm not familiar with that.
It says on the title, Viewer Night, Paranormal and the Unusual.
Pretty much, like, it's a viewer discussion. So if, like, I think if he does it, he'll open the panel up or whatever where you go and talk to him.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Cat, get the fuck off my goddamn
Yeah.
hammer.
Pretty cool.
Oh, my cat.
But I do have
No.
to get to bed though.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting a little tired.
I have work. And plus I have new knives that I have to play with and I have to make sure
Nobody-
He's got to sleep with those new knives.
Nobody likes a quitter.
I'm gonna no, dude, no. These
Yeah, I'm
knives-
sorry.
no, I don't want to have to like post a photo and go, I'm so sorry, nobody. I didn't lack of sleep. This is what happens.
Yeah.
New knives all stained with blood.
Oh,
I didn't need the end of that finger anyway. It was extra.
Dude, I don't want
It'll
to end
grow
up
back.
like I don't want to end up like his friend who's a chef took off the whole like digit.
Oh,
Took
it
the whole
wasn't an
thing.
entire digit.
Well,
it was
you
just
could-
the
Oh, was it
tip
the
of
whole
her
digit?
finger, like
Yeah,
right
no.
around the fingernail. She just chopped it right off.
Yeah,
You
no.
know what? Japanese steel, best steel.
Oh yeah.
Well, you could make it like a cool story. Like, man, my time in the Yakuza, some crazy shit happened.
Oh, man, it's just something about
Dude,
that. The way
shit.
they fold the steel.
Monstar.
Yeah.
They use the
My
ice
daughters,
fucking
my daughters
hardening and
have
everything
asked
on
me
it.
to write memoirs of my time with the Hells Angels because once I'm gone, they can't hold anything against me, and my kids can publish it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Dude.
They're
you
gonna
should
be
do it.
rich.
You should do it. We should do a documentary.
Sons of
too.
nobody.
For real. It'd be all redacted.
The funny
like,
part is they're
next
not
episode.
interested in my military history. They're more interested in what I did for a while with, bad people.
See,
They're-
no, I'm interested
they're-
more in your military. I want to know the shit that you can tell me.
They're more interested in your motorcycle riding hobby. Quote.
I'm getting close to the end. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have a pretty good dose of cancer fucking eating me alive.
Oh.
So I don't mind talking about it anymore because what are they gonna do?
Yeah. What
What are
can
you gonna
you-
do? Kill
Yeah.
me?
No shit, right?
Oh, I
Hey,
agree.
you know
Fuck
what?
you.
Hey, I'm just glad you're still around to fucking.
Yeah,
talk
I
shit
know,
to for a
right?
while.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Like, and when you're gone, you'll be missed.
Yes.
will.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll take care of your property.
Such is life, right?
Mhm.
We all,
I will,
come. We all meet our end eventually.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Don't
Trust me,
mourn
I
it.
will leave
Celebrate the
something
fucking time we
to
have
all of
together.
you.
Exactly. That's why I say live your life to the fullest, like every day, because you never know when your time is going to come. So
That makes me think of a eulogy that Raquel knows who I'm talking about that I unfortunately had to go to on Tuesday. The preacher, and that was one of the things the preacher says. Everybody has an appointment for birth, and when you're
Mhm.
born, everybody has an appointment for death. It's what you do
Yep.
in between.
Yep.
Dude, I'm Irish. We just get drunk and tell all the fucked up stories you never want told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The luck of the Irish.
Yeah,
I have a lot of Irish in me too. That's why I'm so pale and cannot
Fed.
get out in the sun.
with a
I have-
rose tattoo, with a rose tattoo.
Yeah, I have a playlist.
not know this
I want
song.
played at my wake, and it will be so epic from the 70s, and it will be crushing because it's that's what I want. That's all I want.
Dude, you know what I want people to do? I'm like, fuck that, dude. Like, stick me in the ground, burn my body, do whatever. Like, what I want y'all to do is go out and have some fun together. Like, go rent a boat, go catch some fucking tuna
Who's on
in the
me?
ocean sea.
I'm gonna
Go
get a
hang
hooker.
I'll
out
tell
on
you
the
guys
beach.
what's
Go
important
have
to
a
me.
barbecue. Go do something. Enjoy your lives.
I'm gonna
While you
take
have
Fed,
a
I'm gonna
chance.
take
I have-
Fed's
That's the
brain.
best thing you could do.
I'm
I'm gonna take
actually
I have
Fed's
written
brain and I'm gonna
down
go. This was a good
extensive
man and put him in a
notebook.
jar.
Like, and
really
if
have.
somewhere
I have.
within all that, pop a beer open and, you know,
it's funny
give
you
me
say
a cheer and fucking down that. But
it's
I'd rather
funny.
see the living enjoying their lives and not being oppressed and torn apart and everything like they
It's-
are now.
We should revel in everyone we know.
Yeah.
It's funny you say a boat because my plans are to be cremated, and there is a company that will put your ashes into fireworks.
Nice.
And-
Oh, like Viking style?
I am
And
going into
At sundown in the Florida Keys, I'm going to be shot off in fireworks at sundown in the Florida Keys out
Nice.
off a boat while everybody parties. Open bar, everybody has a fucking awesome time, and there's one particular
Not
song I want
me.
to play.
Yeah, I want my ashes mixed with some of the world's best cocaine. I want my friends to support my ass.
Right on.
See,
I
I like that right there.
I mean,
I really do.
I mean, I do love you, nobody, but I cannot jeopardize my.
I'm like, dude, mix me with a
But I
little
will
bit of
mix you with some
cocaine and
weed.
gunpowder and start.
If the company that does the fireworks isn't in business anymore, my backup is there's a company that will mix your ashes into concrete for artificial reefs. I'm a big water fan. I love the
That's what my
ocean.
parents
Yeah.
want.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah, my
they
parents already have it set up. So
yeah
when
they will mix
it's
you
their
into an artificial reef and drop you into the ocean
Yep.
with a bronze plaque, like your grave marker, basically a bronze plaque on there, like, hey,
Well,
Han Star is in
I'm
here.
tired of people
both my
screeching about
parents
the
will be,
environment
they'll be
while
in
they
Hawaii.
ignore the giant plastic island in the middle of the Pacific. Like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you people? Can you not see
Yeah.
the fucking shit right in front of your face? You're crying
Yeah, I
and
watched,
whining about stuff that you can't even prove. And here
Dude,
it is.
you know what's crazy?
Clean it
too?
up, God damn it.
No, you know what's crazy? I got this crazy ass idea. I was looking at all that plastic that's floating around on the
Yeah, I saw
Pacific,
a
and I'm
documentary
like,
about that.
why don't you start scooping that shit up and like melt it
Well,
down
it's
into
like
bricks and start making buildings? Because you can mix it with fire retardant chemicals and earthquake resistant fucking like Lego structures and stuff like that. I was like, you can do a lot of cool shit with
We've
like
been
plastic
recycling
bricks.
here for like 20 years, and we have special trash cans that people put recycling in, and zero money. In fact, it's negative money has been made off the recycling. And we've been doing this forever, for 20 years. You think we're going to go out in the middle of the Atlantic or the Pacific gyres and pull plastic out of the sea?
Well, I mean, all
No
that would
money.
require was like a couple $100,000
Actual
worth of
environment-
and collection
actual
materials and a
environmentalism.
big boat to scoop it
They
all
won't
up.
do it.
But,
They will not do it, and they haven't done it here. And we have it trucked.
well,
every
no,
day
because
here.
you can't make
Lines up.
billions. You can't make billions off of climate change, and
I
you need
know
to save the earth and all that with all the pictures from it.
I don't know what to say. We tried.
It's worth more to leave it there than it is to actually try and clean it up.
Fundamentally, yes,
Like,
Because
because
of-
these people are fucking liars
they are
on every front.
truly.
Like, and personally, like, if this were the Middle Ages, we would have fucking taken their heads from their shoulders a long time ago.
Well, we'd be dead from like pestilence and other
Well, that too.
such things, and they would have reduced the population through normal attrition, and we haven't had that in quite some time.
No, we've just had beheading off of social media platforms and all
Yeah.
that sort of
Yeah.
shit.
And this, but
Valentine.
COVID is nothing. It has done nothing to reduce our population. Nothing.
No, it's the flu, basically.
Yes, it is. It's supplanted.
Not much different. Like the same thing. Like I even saw this one. The World Health Organization was talking about this, and they were like, the new Omicron variant that everybody's freaking out. They called it a living vaccine to the COVID pandemic, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
you guys are gonna try now that everybody's waking up. No, I'm like,
cold.
No, I'm like, now that everybody's waking up to your bullshit, now you're going to try and spin this like, oh, well, it magically just goes away and everything goes back to normal so that we can figure out a new plan because you didn't buy this one.
It's all in measurement.
Oh, yeah.
All
And not only that, but let's be honest. 2 shots.
I'm sorry,
didn't
you
work,
woke
so
too
gotta
many
have a
people
booster,
up.
Now a 3rd shot. Now they're talking about a 4th shot.
Oh,
You ask yourself, why are they doing this to you? It does not work. Why are they injecting you with this shit?
You know, the one thing I'm cracking up at is they keep bringing up my white supremacy, my white supreme pizza, all that shit, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, why aren't these fuckers celebrating the fact that almost all of Israel is vaccinated and all of them are suffering massive reactions to it and basically dying off? Shouldn't they be happy about the Israelis being wiped out, considering they're, white supreme pizza and all that shit?
Have you looked at the studies, the few studies that are out there? Who is dying from these shots overwhelmingly? White people.
The white race.
Look into it.
No. Here's the other thing. Like, because you got the vaccines hitting the first world, right? And they're wiping out a bunch of people there. Has anybody bothered to looking on the third world lately?
Oh
and
God!
seen how many
There's
hundreds of millions who have starved to death because the first world shut down.
Yeah, because we're not making goods and food. And
we are wiping out the underclasses.
Yep.
I personally,
that's
I
what's
find
going
it,
on. You're wiping out all the useless.
They're wiping out the undesired. The undesired is who they're wiping out.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're basically, to keep all the upper classes busy, they're going, yeah, well, considering we're looking at demographics,
and use the rest of us as slaves.
Same thing we used last century. We just looked at the lowest demographic of people and blamed shit on them.
Always been that way, though, to be honest.
And it's like right now, white people in the 21st century,
right.
you won the lottery. Your numbers are like under 12% of the world population. So,
and the worst part is you donate some money to these causes, and none of it actually gets to the people that need it. It's sucked up in bureaucracy.
We have ended where we began.
Right, and then you got the UN. This is all coming out with the UN. They have like decades worth of fucking cases that are now being, like, whistleblowers are coming forward, and people are looking into old court cases and shit, and they're like, what the fuck, dude? The UN has basically been like this massive human trafficking organization. Like 60,000 cases in the past 5 years alone, where you had UN officials basically pressuring underage minors into giving oral sex for food and shit like that.
Africa.
And this is all documented.
Africa.
No, and look, as a soldier that served in Africa and in Bosnia and Herzegovina, I can tell you that all of this is true. I watched this go down.
Mm-hmm.
Children trading their bodies for food.
Anybody who served over in the Middle East knows about the Koi boys and all that sort of shit.
Well, that's embedded in their culture.
Right.
That's a little different thing. then
Guys, I gotta
Right,
pass
where
out.
if you're an
Yeah, me
orphan
too. I gotta bounce.
underage boy, you're
All right.
basically
Let me plug in
basically
your
if you're an
channels.
underage orphan boy, you know,
Oh.
Yeah.
all you got to do is just bend over and let all the tribal fucking males fuck you in the ass for a couple of years, and then you know you're part of the tribe.
bye, chef.
Yeah.
Flip
Good
that.
night,
All
guys.
right.
Flip
Good night,
that.
Chef. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming.
later,
Good
Chef.
Yeah.
Thanks for
night,
having
Nancy.
me.
For coming.
Yeah. Good night,
Good
guys.
night,
Good night.
What a fucking note to go out on.
Good night.
Right?
I certainly hope you enjoy your gift.
Oh, I'm sure he
Mhm.
did. Nobody. Thank you so much for doing that for me. That's epic. Very epic.
Well,
I'm like, you
part
don't
of it
get
was
how much
I
fucked up
had to
shit's
I had
going
to
on in the
hold
world, right?
myself. I had to hold myself up and do it. You guys don't understand. I ordered an original set of knives and they
Oh, I
disappeared.
know.
They're somewhere after I moved camp. I've never been able to find them. So I had Loki's Forge make a new set, and they're even better. I went, go all out, man. Fuck the cost. Go all out.
Oh
Yeah.
no, man.
Chef is
Everyone I
I'm gonna
know
end
is
up
like real
finding the
particular.
originals, and I'll keep them for myself, I guess, or give them away.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like caveman logic with this, but most everyone I know, they got their particular like firearms, knives, all this sort of shit. Everything else, there's always something about it that's like better than everything else that they like and everything. And I don't know. I've always been one of those people. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what kind of shit anything is. The only thing I care about, the best
Red?
one, is the one that works.
I want you to know this. When I go to bed, you guys, I go to bed with a Louisville Slugger and a Bullpup semi-automatic shotgun.
Yeah, okay.
You make the wrong noise or try to kick my door in, you're gonna fucking regret it.
Well, so we had the gun thing a few weeks ago with Jesse, and to be honest, I have a PCC 9mm that I just bought on birthday, which was in October, and
Good
it
for
could
you,
throw down
Scott.
some 9mm shit downrange real quick, and it just sits by my bed.
I'm
Sweet.
kind of old pirate style about this.
Good man.
I got
And look, be willing
a
to
tomahawk?
use it. It's not just about
a samurai sword, a sawed-off 20 gauge with
can't do
fucking
samurai.
plug in it,
No, I can't do samurai. I'm gonna
and a
trust
K-bar
a
under
good
my
old
pillow.
hatchet and a good old axe, buddy. You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna
Like,
trust my
dude, if you're in my room anywhere near my bed, I have a better fucking reaction time and ability to fuck you up with a blade than I do a gun.
Agreed.
That's just training.
Agreed.
coughs.
That's
Like
why I
you get
mentioned
within,
the
within
Louisville
10
baseball
feet of
bat.
me,
Because let's be honest, if someone's
I'm gonna
kicking my
melee
door
your
in,
ass.
right? I'm sorry. I'm gonna beat your fucking brains out in seconds. Seconds.
I'm not gonna give you the mercy of a bullet. I'm gonna fucking beat you with the butt of the gun until your fucking skull cracks open.
Bullets are way too expensive right now, Finn.
Right, exactly. Hey, you know,
True.
I like how you're thinking.
True.
That's true conservatism right there.
Have you guys looked at the rise in prices of 7.62 lately? Holy shit!
I will have.
I will have mine a couple years ago.
Okay.
I will have bullets in my 1911 that I beat you to death with, just in case. But I'm not going to use my 45 ACP unless I just absolutely have to.
You know what though? You know what else I got? I also have a compound bow that has a 280-pound draw on it. Which, let me tell you, the force that hits you with is about equivalent to just below a 223 round.
Yeah, talk about...
And with razor tips and everything like that,
too,
frog crotches,
yeah,
you're not going to hear it, and it's going to kill you.
Exactly.
Period.
I own 2 bows. I own a compound bow and I own a long bow. And trust me, they're silent as fuck. And
I like
I'm gonna
quiet
get you.
weapons. I'm one of those motherfuckers, dude. Like, I understand because I've been outnumbered most of my life and bullies and everything else. I understand about tactics, which is I may not be able to take all of you on at once, but if I isolate you one at a time, I can fucking eliminate your asses. I'll go Rambo on your
My
shit.
unit and we were outnumbered 250 to 1 in Sierra Leone.
All about tactics.
And we won.
Ooh.
We came out
Yep.
of there,
Well,
man. We came out of there
yeah,
alive.
because they were
I only
dumb and
lost
you
one
weren't.
guy.
Weaponry
Yeah.
and Overwatch.
You were smart. They
Right.
weren't.
Right? Nobody? Right? Can I push that
Oh.
a little bit?
Basically, yes,
Tactics.
you are.
Weaponry, Overwatch.
Yes.
Overwatch. Good position.
I've been in places you guys would not believe.
Oh, I know where you've been. You told me, and I know where Canadians have been. I know where they've been.
Everything's Canadian military is a bunch of little bitches, and I'm
No,
like, okay, you might
no,
want to look at
No,
it again.
no, that's not true. There's a certain select amount of us that are picked every year to serve in the joint task forces, and you know what we're there for. We go in and do things, but our uniforms have no insignia.
to kill.
You can't tell who this person was, right?
Well,
You can't blame the Americans. You can't blame the Canadians. You can't blame no one because there ain't a mark on them.
If you want to
None
know
of
how
it-
dangerous motherfuckers all you gotta do is look up their unit and look who they were training with.
If,
And I'm
No
like,
fuck.
if the unit
Yeah,
has
You
a
have no
real designation, and most times they don't. Not
And again, I want to bring this up. When I was in Joint Task Force 2, that was the initial beginnings of that whole program. It's since morphed into something much worse.
oh, dude, like you were
We're now
probably
at,
part
I
of
think it's
the like
Joint Task
proto
Force 8
units
or
that
9.
are now like enforcing the new world order tyrannical bullshit. They're
Yes.
going to be the ones that are going
You
around
guys need
door
to
to door
understand.
beating people up and force injecting them and shit.
This is a globalist nightmare. I left
Right.
because I began to realize what the
Dude,
fuck was going
this
on.
is the
This is a
Bolshevik
globalist nightmare
revolution
that they are going to
2.0.
push on you whether you like it or not.
Huh.
They're going to rule you whether you like it or not. It's coming for you. And if you don't stand up against it, you're fucked.
Yeah, put it this way.
They're
If
going to
you've
bring in
been
their
in,
little robot dogs and all their drones and all their shit. The only way to stop this, and I'm going to be honest, the only way to stop this is to rise up and drag those sons of bitches that you call leaders out into the streets and burn them at the stake.
man,
And you
You're
will
gonna
finally
have-
have some justice and some
you're
freedom.
gonna have to do a lot of things that you can't talk about on the internet.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I shouldn't have
Period.
said what I said, but there we are. This
No,
is the only
but
way it's
it
going to go
needed
down.
to be said.
Otherwise, these sons of bitches are going to take over the world. They're going
They're
to
not
rule
going
your
to
lives.
stop until they are stopped.
Not with us. Not where we stand and who we are. It won't happen.
Like, and
'Cause it's
most
the
people
beginning
don't realize they're
Yeah.
waiting. They're like, when's World War III or anything else? I'm like, you're knee deep in it, and don't even realize it, you dumb bastards. Do you realize why you're paying $6-7 a gallon at the fucking pump? Do you
I
realize
agree, Fed.
why you
We're
have
already at
China,
war.
Russia, all these countries and everything? And even then, what you're being force fed, all this information about where their militaries are, I don't even think, personally, I don't think
Hey,
China and Russia
guys,
and the United
just
States
recently
are
had
going
a Chinese woman was trying. She was trying to become your minister of money or
Well,
whatever.
she was a Muscovite,
And she was a complete communist. She wanted to take away your personal bank accounts and turn them over to the state.
Okay, so you have to put herself in her mind when she was studying, because there was no way. I know there was no way for these kids in that day to get an education.
Look, Dr. Forbin, you're not going to like to hear this, but you know what you do to those bugs? You exterminate them.
But they had no way to get education then. I know this because I know Russian people. And if you didn't toe the line, you never got an education because you were simply blanked out. And she did. And she was wrong for the job. I'll say that. She was wrong for the job because she was tainted. But still, there have been so many people.
They tried to push her into that position. That's my point. Is they tried their damnedest to put that communist bug in that position.
Yeah.
You must watch out for this,
clean.
and you must stand up against this tyranny.
But you have to clean at the Senate hearings, and she wasn't. And
you know what?
That's a great way for us to prevent this from happening.
Hmm.
And so we have the internal people like the squad and all these people who are homegrown and can break those boundaries because they're not really those people who were educated in the East, in Moscow, and in all these technological institutes. And I know this because I have in-laws who are Russian. And so you have to find a barrier between those. And so we can go and have somebody from Minnesota go and become a U.S. representative because that's who they vote for. Mm-hmm. So we can have somebody else from Georgia go and wind up as the Senate House, in the Senate, and because that's who they vote for. But
we're gonna take it back in 2022, right?
No.
I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know.
Anyway. No, this is what I'm saying. I'm looking at it going, if it hasn't become clear to everybody, this is the uniparty. There is no left or right or anything.
Is it truly that?
It is a uniparty. Look at the way everything's operating.
He's right. It's a uniparty.
There are fringe
they don't give
elements
two shits about you, okay?
That
all they care about is lining their own fucking pockets while they steal from you and get their shit and they push the globalist line. They don't give a goddamn. Right. And you got to watch out for these bastards. They're on both sides.
Well, this is what people are starting to slowly wake up to around the globe, is the fact that why isn't all this shit making sense? Why are we doing all this? Why are we destroying everything? And why are only a top percent making all the money while everybody else is being pushed into poverty and fucking exile? Why are we doing two-tiered societies? Why do we have different, levels of government and everything? And a disproportionate, now we're seeing, two-tiered justice systems all across the planet. Like, what the hell's going on? Everybody's like, oh my God, we're being taken over by a bunch of fucking mean girls.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is the mean girls from high school who ran the social circles and everything. That's who's taking over everything.
Hippie bullshit.
But
I like the beauty of where I live.
Where you live is so beautiful. Not everyone sees that every day.
Right. It's like, no, not everyone's equal. Like, would you want to live in a world where everybody is the same? That'd be boring as fuck. I want differences. I want people to have their little.
When I'm at a drinking party, I want to find somebody that has an opposite opinion from me so that we can talk and have an adult conversation about what we disagree with. And isn't that great? I mean, come on. That's how I was raised. We were supposed to be able to do that, debate like adults, not get violent and be assholes about this shit.
That's how our knowledge grows. We theorize about things and discuss ideas, and then we look and see if there's an observable pattern in the reality around us that either supports or refutes it. That's how science is supposed to work. That's how truth is supposed to work. But for some reason, the majority of humanity is ass backwards, and I say a lot of it is like subversive brainwashing for many generations. This is not an easy fix, but it will be a fast one. Like the truth will probably have a lot of people shoot themselves.
A good human being like myself, you should have no problem with any human being of any color or any religious bent. Because you can learn so much by talking.
Right, so long
to
as you're doing something productive, you ain't hurting anybody else.
This is what
life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Do your thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And get to know your neighbors. Jesus, I know a bunch of Muslims that I really like. They're good people. They cook great food. And they're very family oriented. I like
their
them,
leaders.
to be
Their
perfectly
leaders
honest,
are
I
just
do.
as fucked up as the Western leaders, and unfortunately, the Western leaders have the monopoly on violence. So their leaders are, like I said, like everybody all around the globe, all everywhere you look. All these tribal leaders, the big high muckety mucks everywhere, they're all part of the same inner circle shit. All part of the same, fraternal organizations and everything else. They all got allegiances other than to their nations and their peoples that they have to abide by. And like the mass majority of people are just slowly starting to wake up to that now, and it's like it's fucking a lot of people up because they're like, wait, I'm like, yeah, your conspiracy friends were right on a good majority of what they've been telling you for probably decades, since you've known them since they were kids and shit. But you just thought they were making shit up and being funny. I was like, but yeah, the world is really that fucked up, and we got a lot of work to do. So can you please pull your collective heads out of your fucking asses and maybe get on board with fixing this problem before it gets too much worse?
Everything from
while we have a chance to do it.
Who actually murdered JFK, right up to the COVID response.
Right.
You guys need to realize this is manufactured bullshit.
Yeah.
They're shoving this shit down your throat. They're pumping this fear. And they've been doing it since the early 60s. This is nothing new. There was the Vietnam War.
You want to know?
And then there was the Iran crisis. And oh my God, it just never ends.
No, here in the West,
it never ends.
You want to talk in the Western nations and everything where it really started? Was when the Titanic sank.
It's true.
Like, oh my God, and I'm like, the Federal Reserve Bank.
The people that were on that ship that died could have stopped the federal banking system.
We could be living in utopia instead of dystopia. If not for that one.
The Titanic thing was not an accident. It was
Titanic was what, 1914, right? Something like that. Yes. And so the majority of people in America lived probably 1.01% owned all the income.
Right.
Now it's way different. The metric is skewed where we have so many people owning the majority of money in America. All the people who put in forever into their 401ks and who have solidly put stuff into other kind of markets.
And then you see how it's stolen
Dr. Forbin, you do realize how incredibly fragile that system is.
Right? It is, and that's a great worry. I agree. Yes, it is.
No,
You
that's
take
something
good-
I'm looking at. I'm like,
That's what we haven't talked about.
okay, so have you guys heard of the what is it, midazolam? That they've been, it's a worldwide the recommended treatment for, you know, the coof cough patients in the hospitals. They put them on that and the respirators and remdesivir and all this other shit, right? Anyway, it kills them.
I just
Simple
want
as
to bring
that.
this up.
The numbers are
You
overwhelmingly
can buy. You can go
supporting
hop
that.
down to your local fucking horse pharmacy, you know,
Right.
agricultural store, and you can buy fibenzidol, and you can buy ivermectin. And if you take them, you are permanent. As you take them weekly, you cannot be infected.
Yeah,
And if
or
you do catch something,
or just go
you can
Omicron,
take
dude.
this shit and you'll be cured. And
Get
that's
Omicron, take some Alka-Seltzer, and your fucking hand of antibodies for life.
All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna end this
thank you,
stream.
Oh,
Thanks
shit.
to thank you for all for coming, and also people in the chat. We'll catch you next time. Have a good weekend. We'll catch you soon.
Thank you.
Right on, Raquel.
Bye,
Thanks for the
y'all.
invite.
Bye, Han. Bye, nobody. Bye, Fed. Bye, Deranged.
good night,
Bye.
y'all.
Thank
Good
you.
night, y'all.
Good
See
night,
you
everybody.
soon.